Hello everyone and welcome to game number 2. Happy spawning on the bottom left hand side once more, going up against Sonik. We'll see what's going to happen in game number 2 of this series. As things do get underway, I'm going to go ahead and speed things up, and we'll see whether or not Happy will be able to continue and make it a quick and easy 2-0, or if Sonik will be able to bounce back. So far, though, we saw some really strong play by, well, I wouldn't say strong play, some standard play by both players, and it really felt like there was a couple of unfortunate breaks, creepjacking, or map awareness on the part of Sonik that led to Happy's relatively easy victory. Now, we are going to be going for that Death Knight. Ghouls are going to be added, and we'll see as Happy continues to train up more and more ghouls. It's kind of interesting that he does have so many ghouls, even though he knows that the Night Elf player often goes Demon Hunter and goes for, well, what is that other unit called? Panda. Yeah, Panda and Brewmaster. I seem to be a little bit groggy as of this week. Anyways, Forest Troll Warlord or Ice Troll Warlord going to quickly get taken out here, and a solo Warden can do terrible and tremendous damage in these 1v1 matchups, especially against an undead player who is not suspecting it, as the Ice Troll will get taken down. There it goes, as we now see a little bit more damage being spread across between the Ice Trolls and the Ice Troll Trappers. Alright, what's going to end up going down here? The Death Knight does show up to the party. Skeletal minions. There is a Shadow Strike, and the Archer is unable to Shadow Meld at this stage, as it is not yet nightfall. Alright, Death Knight continuing to do more damage here. We can see that there was a quick, beautiful use of the Wisp transformation in order to save that Wisp. He turned himself into a Moonwell, and I believe that Moonwell will be completed. Meanwhile, back down across here, the Warden could try and go for another Shadow Strike that could spell potential damage and dangerous situation for that Death Knight, who is already down to 230 hit points. Is the Warden going to be able to get a little bit more damage? It looks like it will be able to get one more shot there. However, as you remember, the Shadow Strike was increased from its cost 2 patches ago, maybe even 3 to 4 years ago now, from 65 mana to 75 mana. Death Knight still on a mad breakaway. Will he be able to get away? That Warden down. Well, there is enough mana. Is it going to get finished off? That is the big question, as we do see a Gloves of Haste picked up. That Death Knight being extremely greedy, but somehow able to get back home. All right, do we have a Nerubian Tower? We do, and one Nerubian Tower is all it's going to take for this Warden to now be in trouble. All right, trying to get some damage there. Oh, surrounded. Shadow Meld. Dust of Appearance as the Warden. What is it going to do? Scroll of Town Portal out. It was sitting at level 2, and Happy reverses the tables on Sonik, forcing the Scroll of Town Portal right there. Forest Troll Trapper and Forest Troll Shadow Priest continuing to clear out these creep camps. Big loss by the Warden, as all of a sudden a lot of Moonwell juice had to be used in order to refill the hit points instead of just the mana. The Death Knight knows that there's not going to be nearly as much Shadow Strike coming his way. And with not nearly as much Shadow Strike, perhaps he feels adventurous enough to try and take down this Ice Troll Warlord. Staff of Teleportation. Warden comes to the party. Is it going to get a Shadow Strike off? Yes, there's the Shadow Strike right there. Damage is starting to rack up onto that Death Knight. Death Knight still taking a little bit of damage. Goes, picks up the item. Who picked up the item? It looks as though, no, Potion of Greater Healing is on the Death Knight. Beautifully done there. Meanwhile, the Warden is still running around in circles. Gets a Shadow Strike off onto a Ghoul, and now is going to try and run away to live and fight another day. All right, the Warden still right here. 65 mana. Does not have enough for another Shadow Strike just quite yet. Death Knight only at 22 mana, and that's going to be a bit of an issue, as you can see the Ghouls are just going to be in a lot of trouble. Are we going to see a Shadow Strike right there? Yes, the Ghoul trying to stay alive. It does take 30 damage every so often, and it looks as though the Ghoul is it going to get cannibalized by its own brethren? That's the big question there. Yes, it will. Forest Troll Shadow Priest finishes it off, denying the experience to that Warden. Back off to the north, Hunter's Hall is being established. Warden now making its way over here to the top right. Needs to get a lot more mana again. These moonwells are fairly full, and there is still 2 more ticks at night in order to fill those moonwells back up. Drops the Mantle of Intelligence. Gonna heal. Come on, use those moonwells. There you go. And then picks it back up to 179 mana. All right, Forest Troll Berserker, Forest Troll, or Ancient of War down across here. This is some long distance creeping going on, and that Warden really needs all the experience she can get. If she can get some easy kills once again, she will be able to get to level 4 or level 5 fairly fast, and that Shadow Strike at level 5 deals so much initial damage and damage over time. Meanwhile, back across over here, Ancient of War still wandering around. Is the Warden going to be able to finish all of these or any of these units off down across here? There is the Nerubian Tower ready to go, ready to protect. We can see that there's a Slaughterhouse coming in as the Warden shows up to the party. Is it going to go ahead and try to go after, yes, one of those Acolytes? Acolytes does take a Death Coil as we see a Dust of Appearance being used, Staff of Teleportation, in order to try to head back out of there. There it goes. The Acolyte is going to most likely heal back up, not get felled at all, down to 75 hit points, and does manage to stay alive. All right, Warden up to 100 or at 160 mana, gonna go ahead and finish off this Null Overseer creep camp. 5-3-3-1-1 creep camp should be fairly easy as the Warden does get to level 4. All right, are we gonna get level 2 Blink, Gloves of Haste now on the Warden as well? And are we going to see perhaps a tech change into Fan of Knives? Fan of Knives very effective at dealing with those massive number of ghouls early on, as we are looking at a Tree of Life expansion attempt by Sonik. Back across over here, Ancient of War has rooted itself and is now clearing out the remainder of this creep camp. He's not going to get any gold or any experience from that clear, but then again, if your opponent doesn't get it, I guess it is an overall win, as there is going to be a whole bunch of lost mana. That Ancient of War just slightly taking damage over damage from that piercing damage there. Fortified armor greatly reduced damage as the Warden now comes across inside here. Gonna go ahead and try and blink. Is it gonna be able to finish off? Yes, one Acolyte takes a bit of damage. It is gonna try and run away. Warden still trying to wander around here, taking some damage from that Nerubian Tower. That one Acolyte does get taken down. Shadow strikes another, and that Acolyte most likely will get taken down as well. Meanwhile, teleporting back, where exactly is it going? Forest Troll units are going to go ahead and get picked off here. We do have Claws of Attack +6, as the Warden should be heading back down to pick those up in just a moment. Clarity Potion has been used. Orb of Venom has been picked up as well. You can see Claws of Attack +6. Is it going to be picked up? That is the major question there, as the Warden sitting about halfway to level 5. Lich looking to get to level 3. Warden down across here. Let's take a look at this. It looks as though it was just attacked and destroyed. Did not want to be given or a chance to be stolen by the opponent, as the Warden still wandering around here, sitting at 375 mana and going up. What the long-term strategy that is happening here is that Sonik really wants to disrupt the economy and continue to gain experience. If it can get to level 5 or even level 6, that is going to change the pacing of the game completely, as the Warden seems to be ready to go. All right, here we go. Is it going to go ahead and try and attack? Try and come inside there. There it goes. There's a Shadow Strike going after some of these units, trying to get away from the Black Citadel, and now just backing itself into a corner. Ghouls are trying to slash away. There's a Shadow Strike there, and we should be looking at a Staff of Teleportation in order to get out right now. Potion of Invulnerability, trying to finish off the remainder of these units. A new unit comes across there, as it looks as though we're going to be seeing a quick blink by the Warden. That Potion of Invulnerability used extremely early on, and I don't know if he got really enough miles out of that particular item. All right. It looks as though there is an item off over here. Is it going to get picked up? Staff of Teleportation heading back. No, not picking up the Ring of Protection. No, wait. Is going to be picking up the Ring of Protection and also gets a Rejuvenation as well. Obsidian Statues joining on the fight. Ancient of War very close by, as the Destroyer and the Ghouls are going to finish off this slow-moving Trent. Destroyers going to be there to try and finish off the Druid of the Claw. Meanwhile, Shadow Strike straight up onto the Ghouls, Crypt Fiend's now starting to attack back as the Warden now needs to get away. Is the Warden going to perhaps go after the Lich? Death Knight, well, low on mana, but has plenty of, at least enough for one more Death Coil. Lich now seeing that level 3, level 2 Death Coil is possible as the Bear is, no, Bear does not get taken down, able to escape at 52 hit points, at least for now. Rejuvenation, Devour Magic, nope, no Devour Magic there. Units need to be backing off again. That Druid of the Claw needs to get away, perhaps go back into Druid form and may move slightly faster, and, well, that would definitely help at this stage. All right. Rejuvenation onto the Druid of the Claw, healing up those hit points. Meanwhile, back over here to the top left, Tree of Life taking a beating, and this gold, not enough gold will be mined from this gold mine in order to really pay off for the time investment. Meanwhile, Druid of the Claw is now making their way over. They need to get into that bear mode in just a moment, as we do see a bit of repairing now coming underway. All right, there we go. 2. Wow, that bear did not transform in time. Took a beating of nukes, and that's what happens right there. Dryad's now continuing to join in on the fight. Is the Shadow Strike? Yeah, it does go down onto the Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend, is it going to be able to get away? Is it going to try to burrow? That is going to be a big question there. 45 damage a second as the Warden is sitting at level 5. More attacks coming underway. Warden going after the Destroyer. That Orb of Venom causing some big problems there as the Dryad does get taken down. Happy gonna lose that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Warden may get to level 6. Dryad, however, does fall as well as both sides tries to finish off a couple of units. There is a quick, was that a Death Coil or a Potion of Healing? Might have been a Potion of Healing right there, as the Death Knight is gonna go ahead and get another Death Coil there again. All right, Druid of the Claw is in serious trouble. Is it gonna be able to get away? Dryads actually body blocking the bear as the bear does get taken down. Obsidian Statue gonna get taken down. There it goes as the Warden still sitting at level 5. Continuing the fight, going after the Destroyer. The Destroyer down to 255 hit points. Blinks away and will be able to live and fight another day. Down to, what, 500 hit points after using that Moonwell right there. All right, a little bit more gold was mined from this gold mine. Is it gonna be enough? Crypt Fiends turn around and be able to shoo away those Dryads. The Crypt Fiends are gonna really do a number there, as you see 2 shots dealing more than about 100 damage total, especially with that -5 armor. Abomination now joining in on the fight as well. 2 very low hit point Crypt Fiend. Serious trouble as the Warden now trying to go after the units here. Warden isn't going to be able to finish off the Death Knight. A little bit of slow poison blinks away as we are looking at a level 5 Warden with 144 hit points. All right, is the Warden, yeah, the Warden really wants that Death Knight. Potion of Invulnerability was used, and the Death Knight, well, the Death Knight able to scurry away that Warden with the threat of a Death Coil. Now that the Death Knight is sitting at 80 or 75 plus hit points, you see a quick blink there. Once again, all the units will be retreating. Can you finish off the Crypt Fiend there? Oh, there is a burrowed Crypt Fiend. Are we going to see a reveal? Yes, we are. Shadow Strike, making sure that that Crypt Fiend does not have any real chance of getting away. A little bit more experience once again. Warden still wandering around. Let's take a look at what's happening next. Crypt Fiend still wandering around here. We can see that the Ogre Lord going to be attacking, and we're going to get taken down here by the Death Knight and the Lich. Death Knight sitting very close to level 5 now, and this is interesting how Happy did not go for the Naga Sea Witch this time around. No Naga Sea Witch means that the Death Knight and the Lich are both closer to level 5 than in game number 1. Wand of the Wind also added here, as we have 4 bears joining in with the rest of the army. Are we going to see a bit of a pick off here? 225 in terms of damage, 45 damage a second after the fact, and that Lich really needs to get healed back up as a Panda is joined up by that Warden, but it may be too little too late. All of the ghouls are already gone, so what can that Panda really hope to do at this point, as it could try and finish off the Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger does have, does not have Black Arrows. Most likely has a silence, although Black Arrows would be very helpful for the Lich's Dark Ritual. Down across here, Crypt Fiends continuing to attack and take down that Warden, as we now head back off to the north. All right, it looks as though the ghouls are going to finish off some of those wisps. Meanwhile, easy clearing of the expansion here by Happy. Happy gonna clear out this Goblin Laboratory as well. Warden shows up to the party to try and put pressure on, but this is just not looking good. Happy is in dominant control of this game with superior hero levels. And I believe a superior army right now, 55 over 60 compared to 57 over 60. Okay, we are pretty much neck and neck in terms of overall army sizes, as the Panda is only sitting at level 1 compared to the level 5, almost level 6 Warden. All right, Crypt Fiend saved again. Long distance save by Happy, as we now see a Frost Nova go down onto those Druids of the Claw. Damage really starting to focus down there. I do not believe we have a Staff of Preservation. No, we do not, as the Panda does come across with a Breath of Fire. Panda falls at level 1, a very big issue indeed, but then again, it was only level 1, so it will resurrect rather quickly. Warden trying to finish off some of these destroyers. Death Knight still wandering around. Shadow Strike right there. Dryads right there. Death Knight in a little bit of trouble. Does use a potion of invulnerability. Has 7 seconds to get the heck out of a bad situation, and does so nicely. Death Knight now down to 112 hit points. Are we going to see a Shadow Strike right there? Scroll of Town Portal used in time, as the Warden, will it be able to escape? Yes, it will. 160 hit points, 170 hit points. Bears coming back out. They need to rejuvenate that Warden, and in a hurry. Dryads now need to join back up. Moonwells are still rather, or about half full right now, as we see him quickly drop those Mantles of Intelligence, get a little bit more mana, use a Clarity Potion, and now quickly pick them back up. Warden is looking extremely strong right now, but it is primarily the only real hero. The Panda was only sitting at level 1, so level 1 hero going up against a level 4 Lich and a level 5 Death Knight. The hero nuking material of the Death Coil and the Frost Nova, more than enough to melt a level 1 hero, even if it is strength as its primary attribute. Ogre Mauler going to get taken down here. Meanwhile, it looks as though the Warden is going to be finishing off some of these ghouls. One ghoul. Oh, no Shadow Strike. Interestingly enough, no Shadow Strike going down onto the ghoul. There goes one. 225 damage already being used there. Are we going to see any more being used, as well as Acolytes are slowly getting taken down? All right, there goes another Shadow Strike here. There is a low hit point ghoul here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Happy is going to continue to slow push this off to the north and perhaps fight inside the base. Abomination is now ready to go. You can see the Panda, only sitting at level 1, does not want to engage without the help of the Warden, and the Warden feels like her best way to win this game right now is to take out all of these ghouls. All right, Warden, does it have a Staff of Teleportation? Yes, it does. Had 139 mana units. Could be joining in on the fight here. Is there Moonwell juice? Yes, there is. That is going to be enough. 60 over 50 supply. You need as much Moonwell juice onto that Warden as you can. Opts against it for some strange reason, but does finally put down that Avatar of Vengeance. All right, Wisp coming out. There's a quick detonation. Avatar of Vengeance is coming into play. Druid of the Claw quickly melted. Silenced right there, as well as the Avatar of Vengeance. Unable to really deal that much damage. Needs to start summoning those Spirits of Vengeances as well to perhaps take down some of those destroyers. Those spirits are also going after those Abominations and those Crypt Fiends. Dryads in the backfield using that slow poison to finish things off. Panda falls at level 1. Death Knight sitting at level 5, very close to level 6. Lich is now sitting at level 5. So level 3 Frost Nova and Death Coil could really shake things up, as that is the GG. Happy takes game number 2 and the series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.